Welcome to the podcast. I'm Ben.
I'm Mae.
And I'm Max, and we were had.
Can you believe it?
There are twists and there are turns.
Defleshed is a standard death.
Oh, that's fun.
We were had.
We were.
Welcome to the podcast. We were had. How you guys feeling?
I'm good.
Overwhelmed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Energy's hot in the studio today. If you're listening online, leave us a review, please. 5 stars. Thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, click some buttons. I don't know what helps there. So
Click around.
just click around. See what happens on YouTube. Just see what happens. What am I doing today? There's an urban legend or just a legend, conspiracy, spooky story, whatever you want to do it. New Jersey. We're back to when we used to use Weird New Jersey.
Oh,
as
I love it.
Reliable source. Back to Weird NJ.
Oh, the same site.
This is with a bulk of my research, a lot of first-hand accounts from Weird NJ for the supposed gates of hell that are located in Clifton, New Jersey. Who would have thought the gates of hell in New Jersey?
Look at the camera for that line.
In New Jersey. The gates of hell in New Jersey? You mean any border of New Jersey? It's a bad place.
It stinks. It really does.
Yeah.
Like trash.
Yeah, I would have thought like the gates of hell or like the 9 levels of hell is just like all of Newark.
Camden.
Yeah.
Camden. Wow, yeah. But there's also some lovely towns in New Jersey, I will say.
Yeah.
There
That's
are.
true.
Yes.
But yeah, listen.
Nice places by the shore. Trashy places by the shore.
Right. Well, the
It's got
gates,
range.
The state's got range for a little state.
Yeah. It's
got
just
range.
never good when wherever you're from, you define it by how far you are from New York or Philadelphia. Like, that's how anyone
That's
from New Jersey
embarrassing.
says it, with the exception of, like, Newark.
Who would be like, but I'm 50 minutes outside of Newark? That person, not well.
I got a few of this guy line. Yeah.
Okay.
So where is this gates of hell?
It's in Clifton.
Oh, in Clifton.
Okay.
And otherwise, actually, it was described as a sleepy little, cozy little town with
Where-
gates of hell.
Yeah.
North or south?
New Jersey. It's in the New Jersey portion of New Jersey.
The home of Rutt's Hut.
Of what?
They deep fry their hot dogs. They've been on all kinds of like
In
Food
Clifton?
Network stuff.
Oh,
yeah, it's really
shit.
good. It's worth a trip out there.
Have you been to Clifton, New Jersey?
I went to school in North Jersey, in Bergen County, which is Clifton is in Bergen County. So
Have
yes.
you been to the gates of hell?
Oh.
I've been there. Yeah.
Have you
To
been
the
inside
gates
the,
of hell?
the tunnels?
Well, it's just a giant like it's the sewer tunnels, and then you have to go through like the 7 layers to get to
Did
the
you
bottom.
go through the layers?
I went through a little bit of the first layer and turned around scared
So,
shitless.
yeah,
I was
we're
like, I'm
gonna-
not going
In a
deeper.
sewer?
I mean, it's well. If you see pictures, there's a picture.
Yeah.
As the
clean?
audience can see and you cannot. Yeah, it's like a giant, massive sewer. It's not like you're like crawling through. You walk through this fucker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's real. It's a spooky thing from everything I've
But aren't
researched.
you worried about like a flush coming and then like a bunch of water
I
flushing?
don't know that it's like used.
They do
Okay.
say that it can be flooded with water at any moment.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
It's
I
one of
know
the
God,
very
could
dangerous
you
reasons
imagine?
not to be in it. But I'll keep throwing to you if you've been in there. You can be
I've
one of
only
our.
been through like I said, I probably went like
Yeah.
100 feet in,
Then you
and
got
then I was
spooked.
like,
Yeah.
I'm out.
It's
That's so
wild.
scary.
It's famously pitch black dark, like
Yeah.
very dark. All right, so here's a little intro for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
New Jersey is brimming with urban legends, from the Jersey Devil to the Sussex Sea Serpent. Supernatural tales are central to the Garden State's culture. Whether they're real or not, generations of New Jersey residents have passed down these local stories, adding a layer of eerie uncertainty to the surrounding areas. One such legend, located in Clifton behind the old Black Prince Distillery, is the perfect place to test your courage. The gates of hell.
Okay.
Wow.
Dun, dun, dun.
Should we record our next podcast there?
Yeah, that'd be sick, although I would not go in.
No.
The acoustics are nice.
The acoustics, I'm sure, are lovely.
Great for chanting.
So, the Gates of Hell is a tunnel drainage system originally constructed to divert the Weasel Brook stream's runoff during heavy storms. During intense rainfall, the tunnels would rapidly become torrents of water. However, the town has since closed these sewers due to alleged supernatural occurrences.
Oh, they closed them
Ooh.
because of
Yeah,
the rumors.
Due to that, my mom's calling me. Should I take it on the pod? Reports,
Bye, bitch.
Lovely woman.
Give me it, I'll talk to you.
Listen, sweets, we're busy.
We're live. You understand me?
See you in the gates of hell.
I'll have him call you back.
Okay, I love you.
But I love you. He says he loves you.
Reports of strange whispering, clanging noises, sacrificial bones, and a portal to hell are among the rumors that cause its shutdown. The most infamous lore is that the gates of hell leads to the devil himself, ensuring that the faint of heart never stray too close. The series of underground sewers are 8 feet high, surrounded by arched stone walls. Differentiating from the rest of the storm tunnels, the gates of hell welcome daredevils through a square stone threshold. Adding to its ominous appearance, water never flows through it, despite coursing through other adjacent drains. Instead, satanic graffiti stains the dry cavern walls, only visible with a flashlight. Carcasses and upside-down crosses create an ominous decor that spooks even the most courageous guests.
You mean the paintings or the actual carcasses?
No, like actual carcasses. Like
there's
animal carcasses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of like dead animals and shit. Through the gateway, there are 9 layers of tunnel systems, uncomfortably similar to the 9 circles of hell cited in Dante's Inferno. The further down visitors travel, the greater their chances for a devilish encounter. While some tales are brushed off as mere folklore, the location has notably been the site of drownings, sacrifices, and KKK meetings.
Oh,
Wow.
Does the KKK always stick their little white dick into every story, every week, in the KKK with all the part of it?
We love them Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Is what we go down there.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were ripped, even though they ate pizza all the time.
Would you fuck the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I think that's
Listen,
a yes.
they made me feel a type of way when I was a little girl.
You definitely have some April O'Neil vibes.
Oh yeah,
I
them
could see
and
you- I
Adam
could see you playing
Sandler were my.
April.
Adam Sandler and the
They
Ninja
really
Turtles.
did it for me. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
same body shape.
I mean, maybe, yeah. All right, so the devil of it all. If the winding corridors and twisted labyrinth weren't enough to dissuade adventurers, the gates of hell has another darker secret. Rumors claim that hundreds of feet below the surface, the devil himself awaits worthy travelers. However, knocking on hell's door is more difficult than simply braving the foul-smelling sewer system. You must complete 7 trials before receiving access to the mysterious antechamber. This includes lifting enormous 1,000-pound axes that barricade the door.
What?
Wait, so this is all stories.
But no one's ever done this, I assume, right?
Well, I mean, listen, they spoke to the devil himself, and they can tell you.
All right.
Allegedly, upon entering the chamber, explorers must plunge deeper into the caverns. Finally, a glowing human skull welcomes them, signaling they've reached the end. Allegedly. Aside from the devil and his trials, the gates of hell are guarded by a shrouded creature nicknamed Red-Eyed Mike. Rumors of knocking or clunking sounds are attributed to this guardian.
That was kind of
Red-Eyed Mike
underwhelming.
is delightful.
Red-eyed Mike.
Like local legends claim that should someone knock on the railroad ties above the entrance 3 times, they'll hear a horn-like sound echoing through the tunnels. Interestingly enough, Red-Eyed Mike's presence is meant to calm onlookers,
Okay.
protecting them as they
Just
search
Mike
the
Bramante,
drains.
who needs Visine.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So it's just- However, visitors should remain wary, as the creature may soon turn on you. Mimicking group members, making creepy noises, and throwing rocks are among the many pranks committed by old Red-Eyed Mike.
He's just a prankster?
He's just a kook.
This went like really from very scary to
Right.
just sort of a silly thing.
Though
Very-
generally harmless, the creature can make even the most daring turn tail. Interesting, isn't it?
It's
What
so
a wild
funny.
little
People
story.
in New Jersey are so funny with their little myths.
They're with the
Yeah.
their little myths. I love their little myths.
But like someone just came up with this and they were like, what if we
Yeah.
they had to do it 7 times and that's why we didn't get in front
then
of the
there's
fucking
also then the
Red-Eyed Mike.
1,000-pound axes. Good luck lifting
Right.
those, you punk bitch.
And you mentioned upside down crosses. Those are like drawn on the walls or some shit?
I think they're so. Here's the thing: is and I'll get into it more in a bit. Like it's been closed down, and the cops now have completely shut down it to like because people would show up with weapons and shit. People like decorated the place like satanic rituals. It was like it drew people
It
in
became a
because
thing,
it
yeah.
is. It's like it's very scary to look at. I mean, this guy. You were born in the tunnels. What was it? Yeah, you were born.
baptized
You were born in the 8th circle.
The tunnel is his mom's
Red-Eyed
bed.
Mike himself.
Oh, that's great.
So
the spookiest part of your story about the tunnels is
Right.
that you went to college. Now, I don't get that part of the story.
But it was in high school when we
Okay.
went. when we went there. Because like when the Weird New Jersey book came out, there's a bunch of stuff in Bergen County. So my friends and I would just like hop in the car and be like, let's go. Like we went to go see that inbred family that lives in like Northwest New Jersey.
Right.
You just knocked on a family's door.
Well, no, you don't. There's like there's like I forget what the woods are. We could look it up, but like you drive through the path, and then the street then becomes a gravel street, and like it's this like inbred this weird like pale dude came out and started like he threw a rock at us. We were still in the car, and we were like, we gotta go. But like if you go deeper, like it's all these like this like whole inbred like apparently
community.
it's like a reservation.
Community. Oh.
Yeah,
So
like in the woods.
weird.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll look up what they're called.
You know, it's wild that weird New Jersey. New Jersey, not that big of a state to have so much weird shit
It's
going
Tons of
on.
dense, though.
It's dense. It's
Small but dense.
It's dense.
There's a lot going on.
a lot of spooky fucking shit.
Who takes care of these inbred people?
I think they take care of themselves.
Oh,
That's the
wow.
whole point.
Yeah.
They keep it in the family.
Yeah.
That's upsetting.
That's
All the
gross.
Jackson Whites on Stag Hill. That's right. That's what it's called. Yeah, the originate. They live in the Ramapo Mountains.
I think I went to camp in Ramapo. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah.
The counselors were
Johnson's
Well, that sounds nice. I'm sure you made a couple of inbred little friends.
Probably.
So
How would you know?
Well, they all look
I'm
exactly the same.
I'm gonna give you a couple of allegedly real stories from people that like wrote into Weird New Jersey, and then I would love to hear Chris's.
Yeah, we got a
firsthand some
account.
details of your firsthand account. So generations of local teenagers have told stories of what lay deep inside these darkened corridors and have dared each other to venture forth. Are their tales an accurate depiction of what lies beyond the murky threshold of the gates of hell, or are they more a window into the dark fears which can be found inside us all? Only those who are brave enough or foolhardy enough to enter those gates can say for sure.
So they closed it down not because of the stories, but because people were taking advantage of this location to do weird shit.
Well, it's all of the above. Like I can skip right to the end. Because you're being a piece of shit.
I was waiting for that.
So the danger of it. So the gates of hell is not only dangerous in its depths, but also at its surface. The location has been riddled with gang-like activity, as many arrests have been made over the years, mainly to do with people trespassing the area who had armed themselves with weapons of all kinds.
Whoa.
Locals are warned by police that anyone trespassing, whether it's innocent curiosity or malicious intent, will be arrested with zero intolerance. Another guy recently fell 20 feet trying to get in and ended up in the hospital. That was a couple of years ago.
yeah.
So these fuckers, and the cops actually wrote into New Jersey, Weird New Jersey, at the end of the article. There's a few paragraphs from the cops being like, guys, can you please put this special message in that says stop him?
Yeah,
Because
hey, cut it out.
They arrested a bunch of people. It's out of towners, famously tourists are what ruin it, but these people are coming across lines and they got brass knuckles, knives and shit. They're bringing weapons into the caves. Who's touching my little feet?
Oh, it's me. I'm playing footsie by accident.
That's the Weird New Jersey's happening under the table, let me tell you. Different
Sorry.
gate of hell under there. But anyway, the cops kept arresting people. So finally, they're like, we don't want to arrest the teens and stuff that are having fun, but we're gonna. There's a zero at this point.
You got to make a hard line in the
First
sand.
of all, it's even if it wasn't devilish and shit. If there's 9 layers of underground dark sewer tunnels, you're gonna get hurt in there. And also,
Yeah.
there's somebody living in there. It's New Jersey.
yeah.
They're gonna find the place.
Yeah, it's the best real estate in the state.
How close to the city is it though?
Yeah, just
Is it
20
close to the
minutes
city? Yeah, just 20 minutes out.
I mean, it's really not that far.
Yeah,
honestly.
that is prime real estate.
Without traffic, it would probably be 40-minute drive. Not even.
Wow. Okay.
How far do you think you're making into the gates of hell? Notice that it gets very dark
If Chris
very
didn't
quickly.
make it far, then I'm not making it far.
I'm not
making
even
it
going
less
in.
far than Chris.
I didn't go far. I could see where I entered.
You could see the light still.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not."
Did you
going
see
in.
any drawings and shit?
Yeah, the whole place is graffitied up with all kinds of shit. I didn't see bones. I think you got to go into level 2 for that one. But
Ooh.
Well, see, that's
Oh,
you're
I'd be so scared.
Yeah, I don't like the drop-offs and the dark. The dark. of it
Darkness
all.
is bad.
Right.
Darkness
Yeah.
is really. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I
No.
don't like it. I'm a creature of light. Can't you tell? But but really, I don't like the darkness. And
No, that
these
would
tunnels,
freak me out.
Very reminiscent of classic programs, Supernatural, Charmed. There's nothing good living in there. Those are evil dwellings. In there.
Also, if it's so dark, then you're not even seeing anything. I don't really get the point of the experience, other than just to be.
Well, you got a
Wicked scared.
flashlight, and you're going to see like bones and shit. I guess.
Okay.
Oh, what if your flashlight went out and you're like 3 floors down or whatever?
Yeah, no, I don't want to. I don't like that. No.
I would lose my mind. That would be so scary.
No, I can't. I don't want
I
to.
can't even think about it.
No,
I can't even-
I'm getting upset.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
And I imagine like anyone who would coerce me to go do that would be like fucking with me the whole time, and I would not like it.
Who are you going with? That's
getting
doing this
mad
to you?
at
Yeah,
someone.
I wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't like it. I don't know.
The
Like,
three of us go linked arm in arm.
Yeah.
Like each of us has a gun. We're like, all right, here we go.
if we went, I would have to have like a rope tied around all of us.
Right. Well,
Right.
when this giant fuck falls, I don't want to be pulled down with him.
It's gonna fall into a bunch of poop down there.
That to me is the worst part. Is the fact that it's a sewage
Yeah,
system.
there's-
Oh,
I
it
don't
smells
wanna
like
walk-
ass. It smells terrible.
Well, I can't
Does it
imagine it
smell
smells
like
like
ass?
roses.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it didn't smell good when I went, and I'm sure it smells worse the deeper you go.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not an
yeah.
active sewage thing anymore, but there's so much dead shit under there.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
when you're
Right.
down there doing ceremonies to the demonic holy host, I mean,
Right.
you have to poop. I mean, I'm not going to leave.
Right,
Who's going
right.
to do it there?
Excuse me, sorry.
So there's poop that's around, from the people that have been in there.
The problem with the KKK meeting, you pooping in those white robes, it's a big risk.
That's a big
The stain on the road, the
It's like
bottoms. They
bleeding
probably
through your
do
dress in
shorter
middle
ones
school.
when they're in the sewers and stuff, so they don't drag on the ground.
Or a zipper. It could be a zipper.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
the
they
bottom
zip
of their
up,
robes
yeah.
are probably all poopy.
Yeah, you can always tell the dudes that went to the tunnels.
Yeah.
Because they got shit on the bottom of their
Yeah.
robes.
I wonder how much
Did
overlap.
they have like internal dry cleaners for those things, or do they just
They
like bring them
gotta.
down
It's
to like
gotta
the
be.
public?
They're just the regular.
Just a regular dry cleaner. You're just dropping. I think that's a Curb episode.
That was a plot. I was going to say it's a
Yeah,
plot thing in Curve.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
He brings it for him to get cleaned, and then the guy's like,
The guy's like, I'm not cleaning this.
I'm not going to clean this. Clucks.
Right.
Great show.
Great show.
All right, here's a first-hand account from Ralph Sinisi via Weird, New Jersey. You know Ralph?
I was gonna say it sounds like it's some dude I would know though. Ralph Cerisi. I work for my father. We do plumbing.
You know Ralph?
I've been to the Seven Lights, and then
Which
afterwards,
one?
we hit Rutt's Hut.
So this is written in the first person. So this is Ralph. My friend asked me if I had ever been to the gates of hell. After a few dead ends, we finally found a route to the tunnels. It was dark from all of the tree cover, and my stomach began to drop as we climbed down to the level that the tunnel entrances were located on. I could feel the fear running from my feet straight to my shoulders. All that I had heard and envisioned for the last half of my life was hitting me at once. Looking at the entrance was more terrifying than anything else. Unlike the other tunnels, which were round and had streams of water flowing from them, this entrance was square and had no water flow. At this point, I was ready to leave and go home. I had seen the entrance, and I now believed everything I heard just by looking at it. It was pure evil. But I realized that the only way to conquer the gates was to enter the tunnels. Gay. Deep inside the dark tunnel, we started to hear a strange knocking sound. This was a shock to the system since it had been totally quiet except for the flow of the
Ew.
water. That's when we ran and got the hell out of there. I wasn't sure what we had heard. My friend swears it was someone whispering some chant deeper in the tunnels. Years later, I made several trips back to the gates of hell. However, after telling my story, I could never convince anyone to venture into the tunnels as far as my friend and I did that one summer day. Good for him.
It is possible that there was some chanting.
There was
right?
somebody, but that's really upsetting. So, like, even if there is not the crystal skull or whatever, deep 9 things in there behind
Yeah.
the giant axes.
There is.
There's fuckers that well, there is.
Which there is.
Which there is scientifically. But
Let's just say.
even if there isn't, the problem is these fuckers that believe it, and then you have these actual Satanists and creeps that are going in there. They're fucking armed to the teeth with athames and ceremonial fucking brass knuckles. I don't want to run into these guys because
No.
they're waiting to kill you.
Yeah.
As like a sacrifice to the Demogorgon or whatever.
Yeah.
How about that? No, thank you. That being said, it would be a fun little trip for us to go on.
It would be a fun little trip. We should do all the weird New Jersey things
Oh
and
yeah.
have somebody film us.
You know what would be so fun
by
is
somebody,
if
I mean Metcalfe.
all of the Weird New Jersey things. You'll have to cancel nothing. Are you available?
We'll stay at Metcalfe's. We'll stay at Metcalfe's.
Oh, yeah,
family owned.
They famously have a very lovely shore home. You know, he comes from money.
Well, I've seen your home because of the sketch that you made during the pandemic.
Let's do that.
That
Let's
was in
invite
Massachusetts,
ourselves.
That was
They don't live in North
Let's
Jersey.
go there.
Well, I think they have weird since the
Just take
success
a
of Weird New Jersey. Wait, what's that?
Let's take a tour of Metcalfe's, where Metcalfe has lived. Over
It's
That's
a
way
conspiracy.
weirder.
Yeah.
It's just be true.
Wait, I can get you guys had.
All right, another story. This is Jeff H., also from Weird, New Jersey. I have explored every inch of Clifton, and nowhere is as eerie as the gates of hell! Exclamation
And
point.
Clifton's eerie.
Is it like a nice town?
It's fine. Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
More from Jeff. It's said that a spirit known as Red-Eyed Mike guards the tunnel. If you knock on the railroad ties above the entrance in groups of 3, you will hear a loud horn sound from within the tunnel. I have heard this horn on occasion, and have seen rocks hurling themselves out of the tunnel with no person visible inside. I also once witnessed a small human-shaped figure run out of the tunnel towards Weaselbrook Park with superhuman speed. I have been told that this is Red-Eyed Mike. That's so crazy. He saw you run out of the tunnel and didn't even know. He was like, I saw this like little weird guy.
So this little high guy.
It's Christian. Oh, that is fun. One more. Richard M. from Weird, New Jersey. My friends and I have heard some rumors about the gates of hell that may be of interest of you. Besides the glowing...
How do they find these people?
I love it. I love it. Besides the glowing skull rumor, there's supposed to be an area within the gates that has some very disturbing decor. There are dead trees planted exactly 3 feet apart from one another with dead cats and birds tied around their trunks.
Oh.
Another story
Dead
I've heard...
cats?
Yeah, dead cats. That's where I draw the line. Dead people, fine.
Yeah,
Well, you
yeah.
need
Dead
cats
cats.
to see Satan.
True.
Traditionally.
Another story I've heard is
that
that at...
Yeah. It is.
Another story I've heard is that at the very end of the gates is the actual portal to hell. There is a groove about 20 feet deep and about 40 feet across. At the very center of the groove is a smoothed out granite manhole, which is supposed to be one of the portals leading to hell.
Whoa. Okay.
This guy was secondhand, though, right? He's
Richard
like, I
M?
heard. Yeah.
Yeah, these are rumors
This guy's
that
heard
they
things.
heard.
He's heard things. Yeah.
And I tried to go deeper because I wanted to hear, because a lot of the articles that I was reading were like referencing stories about people dying in the tunnels and like accidents and shit like
Right.
that. But I couldn't actually see like those stories and stuff. So it's a lot of hearsay. You know what it is? It's a
Interesting.
lot of teens telling each other stories.
Right. Because if someone died in the tunnel, there should be like an article about it, right? This
Right.
person. Well.
Right. Well, I mean, like, so like the
Unless it's a
the most
cover-up.
recent articles that I could find about, yeah, there's always a cover up. I can't believe George Bush is taking people out every layer of this tunnel. But
And then
no,
painting them.
Well, you're saying those people were teens? That first guy wasn't a teen. What was that first guy? He had a name
Who?
that he was born at
Ralph
50.
Sinisi?
Yeah, Ralph Sinisi was never a teen. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like a lot of these rumors are obviously like the local teens. You know, they're having fun with the fucking
Yeah.
story. Don't go to
Sure.
the ninth circle. You know what I mean? Only virgins can make it past level 4.
Right.
You
And
know,
everyone's
shit.
like, oh, Mae's out.
Here we go again. All the way May, man.
Yeah.
Famously.
Just random kids in New Jersey who've never met Mae in their life.
All right. I guess May's not gonna be able to go to it.
And they're all high-fiving.
Laughing it
And they're
out.
all laughing at May. Here's the thing: is I believe that every experience that I've had in New Jersey leads me to believe that there is direct access to hell
Nope.
at some point.
I think New Jersey's got range. There are really, really nice places. I mean, people go for like their weddings and stuff like that.
I went to a lovely wedding in New Jersey a year or two ago. It was a lovely space. But let me tell you something. Waiting for an Uber outside of the Newark train station, I almost skipped
Yeah.
the wedding. I almost skipped the wedding. That felt like the ninth circle of hell. Let me
Yeah.
tell you that. I didn't get picked up by an empty skull, even worse. It was just a local. just somebody who
Ralph
lives in Newark.
Sinisi. Yeah.
Oh. Let me ask you this, though. When you grew up, were there like stories like this in your town, like your hometown?
Yeah.
Did you ever like do the thing?
Yeah. There was like one thing that was supposed to be if you stopped your car at like a certain point, then your car would start rolling backwards, even though it looks like you're going uphill, kind of thing. Or no, going downhill. I mean, because that would make sense to roll backwards if you're going uphill. But there was like something like that. Then there was the Bridgewater Triangle,
What's
which
that?
we haven't covered yet. A bunch of like crazy shit goes on in this little tiny area in Bridgewater, Mass.
Okay.
That's all I can think of. But yeah.
You know what was a big one in Connecticut? And I truly believe this. I used to drive to Easton a lot. which is like a town, like a dry town, deeper in, very residential. A lot of like dark woods. Like I spent a lot of time in Oxford as well. Dark, but there were always a lot of stories in like these like little towns about melon heads.
Melon heads.
Melon heads. Which
Don't know it.
It's just ugly people.
It's just melon heads. It's like I think it's sad.
People with big
Honestly,
heads,
it might be an
yeah.
offensive term, so I don't know if it's like that.
What about the term makes you think it could be offensive?
It's like about like disabled like kids that like got loose from like an insane asylum.
Melon heads are beings generally described as small humanoids with bulbous heads who occasionally emerge from hiding places to attack people.
Yikes.
Yeah. So like I would always be like weary of those because like I would always be driving. And do you remember the OG like navigation systems, like the actual physical GPS? First of all, they would
Garmin.
the Garmins. Yeah, they would cut out immediately after I crossed into like the dark forest, and I'm like, well, I guess the mountain head's got me. Every single time I'm like, well, here we go.
But that was a common rumor. You didn't just like create this. Like that.
I didn't invent melon heads.
I would be very impressed.
I really got something going there.
Yeah. It's got a Wikipedia page
you
and
are
shit.
known to just spur up
I
rumors.
love spreading rumors.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's also melon heads in Michigan and Ohio. So
Maybe they're real. Let's do
they've-
an episode on melon heads.
Well, I would
melon
love to do an
head
episode.
encounters.
But here's
By the way, there's also weird. They've done multiple states, so there is weird Massachusetts.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Whatever.
Is there a weird Connecticut?
No, there is no weird Connecticut.
Weird
You
New
guys
York?
aren't weird enough.
You guys only have melon heads, and that's not enough for a book.
You know what's? Well, we got actually. I almost
an
did
article at
this
best.
episode.
One article. It's a blog.
Is it weird New York?
Well, like you
tweet.
You grew up near Central Park. You didn't see a body ever?
Central Park?
Yeah.
Nothing has ever bad has happened.
All the urban legends that Ben grew up with is how many times he prematurely ejaculated in his pants.
Why is that an urban legend?
That's just a fact.
Old Ben comes his pants. Everybody knows the story.
It's not even a clever nickname.
The kids weren't clever.
The kids weren't clever.
But they were accurate.
It's a long name.
Was there like an Upper East Side like story?
I'm sure there was.
Like
I mean, Central
Carl
Park's-
Schur Park, like something bad happened.
I mean, that's the thing about New York City. Something bad's happened everywhere.
Like actual bad things happen,
Well,
not
there's
like
all the
little
devil
melon head
worshipping
rumor
stuff.
things.
There was that doc where they revealed that Son of Sam was like involved with all these devil worshippers along
Oh,
Riverside
right.
Park
Son of
That was
Sam.
an amazing
And,
documentary.
on like the river. Yeah, over there on the west
Yeah.
side.
on the west side. Okay.
Yeah.
He's an East Side guy.
I mean, he said nothing bad's ever happened on the east side.
East Side, represent. You don't fuck with the West Side.
Wasn't there a,
Conspiracies.
wasn't there somebody going around
Seaside.
smearing their poop on people on the Upper East Side not too long ago?
I don't know if
Remember
that's
that?
a conspiracy.
Smearing poop.
They were. No, it's not because. Well, I remember there was like a
Just a
news
fun guy.
article that was like, it was like, watch out if you're going to the Upper East Side. Someone's smearing poop on people.
No, I would
That's
rather
terrible.
get slashed than get poop smeared.
You're still on the Upper East Side.
Yeah, and I'm getting poop smeared on me every day of the week.
He's the poop smear.
I'm the smear. I had a couple bad days. Okay?
My friend Summon was a victim of poop smearing.
No.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, poor
Yeah.
Salmon.
That's so upsetting.
She started crying.
No, that's
Well,
something to
that's-
be sad about.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? She started crying. She got smeared with poop.
And she went into a Dunkin' Donuts to try to like get the poop off of her leg, and the people were like, "You have to buy something before you can use the bathroom." She was like,
Oh,
"Please,
that's
dude,
awful.
please." She was like, "You have no idea what I'm going through right now."
That's a really
But the
shitty
jelly
day.
one looks good.
Ew, dude, ew, that is so
That's
foul.
gross.
Anyway,
Back to the gates of hell. I mean, frankly, we were had.
we were had, and we'll never not be had because I'm never gonna actually go there and
No.
and get to
This
the
is-
point that
this
it
is
could be confirmed.
A really good example of something that started as a legend that might be true very well, but people have ruined it anyway. They've made it really.
They've made it creepy.
legitimately
It's
bad.
creepy no matter what.
They've made
Yeah.
it legitimately dangerous to go to.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like, don't go there.
It's not sanitary.
It's
No,
good.
it's
Yeah.
not.
People don't clean out their own poops after they're down there doing the ceremonies.
Ew.
It's just like going up to Everest.
Well, if people are bringing weapons, do you think they're like hunting Red Eye Mike, or like why are they?
Yeah,
like,
Red
why are
Eye
they
Mike. How'd they create that?
I feel like just for protection in general, because they'd just be scared.
scared,
Right.
or they're like sacrificing some people or something?
Yeah, maybe.
You were saying something about flooding? That they're like worried that it'll flood?
Well, now so it looks like it sounds like they like turned it all off. Like it's like no longer used. The tunnels are no longer used. Hopefully, but like I know it's being flooded by the KKK. So
Yeah.
Or if there's just like a heavy rainstorm, right?
Well, the heavy rainstorm, I mean, like it goes down. So where do you guys think water goes, huh? Down.
I agree.
That's how it works.
That's how it works, Ben.
Unless it's from a geyser.
Fair point.
Thanks, Chris. That's weird, New Jersey. That's the gates of hell. If you're ever in the Clifton, don't go. The cops don't want you going. Don't go there. Don't go there. But if you do go ahead and message us because
Tell us if
I'd like
you
to know
move the
if anyone's
axes.
been further than level 4. I'd like to know.
Oh,
I'd
right
like to know level 2 for sure.
Level 2.
Yeah.
Level 2 you could fall into. That guy got hurt. People had to help him up. Loser.
Just call in when you move the axes.
If you can move those axes.
We don't know
that's
nothing until those axes get moved.
Well, I'd like a picture of that fucking skull. I got some questions for that skull. I got some deals I'd like to come through on.
I got a Hamlet read I got to get ready for.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.